now sitting there alongside a man who is crowned the 2025 Drift Masters champion. How do you take a man down that's got that much confidence under his belt? Well, we're going to find out. They're off the line. It's going to be Matt Field from the USA to take on Conor Shanahan from Ireland as they fire into initiation. Almost contact. Field is going for it. There's no messing around. Matt Field will not back down in that A90 Supra as Shanahan puts it towards the wall. Now fires in to outside zone 4. Field loses some ground, has to catch up. Shanahan dials off the angle, but still on a beautiful lead line as Shanahan looks for outside zone 5. Matt Field reins him in and reels in the young gun from Ireland as Matt Field goes to the door of Conor Shanahan around outside zone 6. One last zone to go and 7 done across the line. It starts to creep already as Matt Field now in that lead position. That Drift Force A90 Supra comes off the line to lead out Conor Shanahan. Nice initiation from both guys as Shanahan now gets into it, gets onto the front wheel, onto the door of Matt Field as they fire through that inner zone. There's no shaking. Conor Shanahan almost takes the back bumper off the Supra as they get into outside zone 4. He goes wheel to wheel with him. Field on an absolute flyer though into the outside zone, nice and wide for 5. Matt Field on an absolute brilliant lead line, but that's only opening the door even more for Conor Shanahan as he creeps up even closer onto the front wheel, onto the door, and Shanahan is on him across the line. To come back once again, Jacob.
I don't know. I don't know any more than you do.
Well, here we go. Decisions in, left for Field, right for Shanahan. It's one vote. It's going to be a one more time.
All right.
Conor Shanahan shakes his head and says, okay, all right, let's go again. Crown the winner of our final round. Here we go. Car slamming together. It's going to be Shanahan to lead out. Matt Field from spot in the top 16 awaits for one of these guys. Who's he going to be? As Shanahan fires that car in. Oh, and it's a big dive once again from Matt Field. He's not messing around. He's hungry for it. He wants to get himself into the main show as they fire through that inside zone. Field doesn't back down, but Shanahan's on a blinder. Leaves them right where they need to be. Shanahan puts bumper to wall. He tags the wall. It's a little heavy from Shanahan, and Matt Field backs out of it. Now makes a dive. Oh, and a mistake from Field as he goes for it once again. Super aggressive from the American as they start trading paint and body panels around the circuit. Slam into gear, both cars slam into gear as they creep off the line. It'll be Matt Field to lead out Conor Shanahan. Look at this, so Shanahan is pushing Matt Field around the start line, and Conor Shanahan wants this more than ever as he's glued to the side of that Supra. They fire through the inside zone. Shanahan won't go down without a fight as he now starts to repay the favour. A little wobble from Shanahan, but he's straight back into it, straight back onto the door of that A90 Supra. He's closer than Matt Field as he tags the door every single part of the track. This is a masterclass from Shanahan in that chase position. Matt Field out front doing an incredible lead line as they bring it across the line. Unbelievable. Great time. Here we go. Side of left for Shanahan, right for Matt Field. It's with one vote for Shanahan. It's Conor Shanahan. He seals the deal and he seals the championship in the way he would have wanted. And look at that, what it means to him.
That is the scariest version of Conor Shanahan. When he's out there just to have fun, like when he's battling his brother, stuff like that, the driving is monumental. So this is going to be crazy. Lauri, he needs this. Conor, he's just having a good time.
It certainly is. These guys are going to party right now on circuit as they come off the line. Heinonen to lead them out. Look at this, Shanahan and Heinonen go for it. They fire into outside zone 1. Shanahan shallows up the angle, now dives onto the front wheel, avoids contact with Lauri Heinonen. They flick it through inside zone 3, but look at Shanahan. He's absolutely glued to the side of that NASCAR V8 powered 180SX. They get all the way through 4 and they look for 5 and it's still there. Oh, wow, what a transition from Conor Shanahan as he now fires back onto the door once again, up onto the inside, more angle thrown at it from both guys.
A little bit wider off to the side, very interesting.
Yeah, it starts to creep off the line as soon as they get that green light ready to go, and it will be Shanahan to lead them now. Lauri Heinonen to give chase as they fire in. Lauri Heinonen now, look at this, reels in Shanahan straight away onto the door he goes as Shanahan wants to lay down a perfect lead line, keeps the front end of that GT86 clean, but Heinonen almost backwards entry into outside zone 4, and look at Lauri Heinonen, he's coming for it now. He means business as he puts that car where it needs to be. The sound of that car in this arena is nothing short of unbelievable. They fire in, they touch body panels, they bang wheels as they get into the wall. Shanahan onto the wall and across the line.
Yeah, I got no idea. No idea. All I know at this point is I want it one more time. Lauri's got the nervous smile.
Well, here we go, side of left for Heinonen, right for Shanahan. It's one vote for Heinonen. It's a one vote for a one more time. Oh, it's going to be a one more time. And Lauri Heinonen smiles and Conor Shanahan says, I've got to do it again. And this is the final battle of our top 16. Here we we go, no messing around, straight into it. Lauri Heinonen to lead them out as they fire around that first long bit of track into outside zone 1, in and on the wall. Oh, contact once again. These two guys exchanging blows left, right and centre. They fire through that inside zone, back out to outside zone 4 as Shanahan goes for the front wheel. Look at Shanahan driving clever, shallows off the angle, then flicks it to angle, keeps with Heinonen the whole way through, almost takes the back end off the car as they fire into outside zone 6. Heinonen on a flyer, but look at this, it opens the door once again for Conor Shanahan. Oh, and I can see steam coming from the back of Lauri Heinenen's car as I look out of the commentary booth window. He's going to pull up now and look at this. Steam from the back of Heinenen's car. Is he going to be forced to pull off circuit? He's going to try and pull up to the line, but look at this. The amount of steam that's coming out of Heinenen's car. I think he's going to be told to pull that car off track, and he is. And Heinonen turns the car around and backs it straight off.
Oh no. Not what we wanted, not what anybody wanted. And you can see the water coming from the back of that car. And the leak is present once again, and it is absolutely pouring now from the corner of that vehicle.
Yeah, and Heinenen's asking to be pushed off the track. There is no way that that car can make it back out once again. That car getting too hot here in Poland. And with him pulling off the circuit, that can only mean one thing. That means that Conor Shanahan will get the win and advance through to the top 8 this evening here at the final of Drift Masters, and the 2025 champion will sit alongside Espen Rohde, and Espen Rohde will say, look, it's time for me to prove my worth.
Yeah, this is such a big opportunity, and another driver that you know you can go all in on and completely send it, because it's a trust fall you can accept.
It certainly is. Well, they're off the line and through the gears. Shanahan to lead out Espen Rohde. No messing around as he flicks that car into initiation. It's a nice line already for Conor Shanahan. He's got it dialed. Espen Rohde, though, keeping up with him, keeping the front end of that BMW E46 into the door and into the pocket as he flicks that car to angle to outside zone 4. Shanahan almost the whole of that GT86 in outside zone 4 as Espen Rohde kicks the clutch and tries to pick up the speed across the circuit, back into it once again on the transition to outside zone 6. The young Norwegian is not going to go down without a fight, that's for sure, as they go bumper to bumper across the line. They get off the line. It's Espen Rohde to lead out Conor Shanahan for a spot in the final 4 awaits, and Shanahan would love it nothing more than to be in there, but look at that big separation. Now reins in the Norwegian, holds back ever so slightly. He's a little reserved. Is Shanahan, and then he goes for it. The big dive into outside zone 4, glues it together as he nudges Espen Rohde in that outside zone, just to remind the young gun he's still there, he's still with him as they fire into outside zone 6. Conor Shanahan's transitions don't make any sense. He's not going to give up without a fight, that's for sure, as he puts bumper to wheel across the line. Here we go, side of left for Shanahan, right for Espen Rohde. Conor Shanahan gets one vote. It's Conor Shanahan getting the win, advancing through to the final 4. And Conor Shanahan came out victorious.
It was one of the most iconic moments in drifting history.
And it still is, and it will always be one of the most iconic drift battles we will ever see. But now, tonight, under the lights in Poland, they have to do it again. But this time, it isn't for the win. This time, it's for a spot in the final. Who will do it? Will James Deane in this brand new Ford Mustang take down the 2025 champion? Or will Conor Shanahan prove to everybody he is worth it, he is the champion, and this is why he's here? They fire into initiation. James Deane goes for it, and look at Shanahan, he's not going to back down. He's already on the front wheel of that Ford Mustang as they come through the inner zone. Both guys risk it all on the wall as they fire into outside zone 4. Shanahan with Deane, there's no getting away as Deane in and out of the zone, pumping the back bumper along the wall as they fire into outside zone 5 and across the circuit to 6. Shanahan's with him the whole way. You can't even see him as they come through their own smoke. They flick the cars to angle for outside zone 7 and across the line. The door slam closed, the cars bang into gear. Shanahan now leads out James Deane for a spot in the final awaits. Oh, and the door pops open on James Deane's Mustang. Can he get a hold of it? He can, and he slams it closed before initiation. Gets himself in to that first outside zone as James Deane now starts banging doors with Conor Shanahan. They fire through into outside zone 4. Deane holds back and now makes the dive. Now goes for the side of that GT86 as Shanahan deep into the zone. They both bang wheels. They come through the centre of the circuit. Bumper to bumper transition. Deane onto the wheel, onto the door. There's no messing around. Shanahan is on a perfect line. Deane buries the headlight into the front of the car. Certainly have happen. Here we go, slide of left for Shanahan, right for James Deane. It's one vote for Conor Shanahan. It's going to be Conor Shanahan heading to the final of Drift Masters 2024.
Korpulinski, he needs this in front of his friends, his family, his countrymen, everybody in attendance right now. This place will erupt the moment these lights go off for the final set of runs in 2025.
Well, here we go. They're off the line and through the gears. It's going to be Korpulinski to lead out Shanahan for a spot on the top step of the podium, and they get into it straight away. No messing around as Shanahan fires his GT86 onto the door of Pawel Korpulinski. Brave transitions from the Irishman as the Polishman puts the bumper to the wall and leads them around the outside zone. They look for 5, they transition for 6. Shanahan goes for it. He's not messing around. He wants to get the job done right here, right now, as he goes for it once again. Both onto the wall. Korpulinski creeps off the line. They slam through the gears. Shanahan to lead out Korpulinski for the final time in 2025. They hammer into that first outside zone. They both take a shallow line. They both want to drive away from each other. Korpulinski's on the door. They go bumper to bumper on the transitions. Korpulinski tucks up into formation on outside zone. He dials more angle on it than Shanahan does in outside zone 4. They fly through outside zone 5, and once again the transition makes no sense as Shanahan goes for it. Look at Korpulinski on the front wheel. He wants this more than ever as Korpulinski climbs the front wheel of Shanahan's 86 across the line. Here we go. Slide him left for Korpulinski, right for Conor Shanahan. It's one vote for Korpulinski. It's a one more time from Vernon. It's a one more time. We're going to go at it again. Means something. He's holding on to it. He wants this more than ever. He now filled how Shanahan is in the lead and the chase. It's time for him to lead him out. This is it. This is for the final of Drift Masters, Red Bull Drift Masters finale here in Poland. They fire in as Korpulinski leads them through. Shanahan onto the door already. Korpulinski turns the heat up to 11, goes close to the wall, hoping that Shanahan can't make it through, but he does. And Shanahan dials in the angle. Korpulinski makes an error, wobbles away from the wall, and that's the first chink in the armour we've seen from the Polishman as he fires in to outside zone 6. Shanahan's with him. They both wobble once again as Shanahan fires through the smoke, looks for Korpulinski, but he's out of the outside zone. Korpulinski not looking as good as he did.
Do you take the chance? What do you do in this moment?
You go for it. That's what you do, and you go for it right now. You come off the line. Everybody here in Poland is on their feet. They're ready for it. They're excited for it as Shanahan fires in that GT86 into that first outside zone. Korpulinski goes for it. Dials on the angle, almost goes backwards into that first outside zone. They come through inside zone 3. Back onto it once again. Korpulinski can't shake Shanahan. They're on it door to door. Shanahan goes nice and deep into outside zone 4, but he now tries to drive away from the Polishman, but he can't seem to as he checks up to going into outside zone 6. A tag on the door from Korpulinski. They go wheel to wheel. Korpulinski trying not to make contact, and they shadow up the angle across the line.
This is one of those situations where both drivers know they have to be absolutely perfect. There's some uncertainty on that first run.
Everything's off. This is it. This is for the final. This is for the top step on the podium. Who is the winner of round 7? Slide him left for Korpulinski, right for Shanahan, and it's going to be Conor Shanahan. Conor Shanahan wins round 7 of Drift Masters 2025, and he is the 2025 Drift Masters champion.
What a way to wrap it up.